You telling me don't go, tucked outside a bar door. What are we alive for? I could call a car, or we could walk down the avenue. Wrote a song for you about that spot now.
In today's video, I will teach you everything that I know about building a 7-figure real estate media business. Probably wondering, hey, who is this guy? My name's Claudio. I built Studio 910 based out of Palm Beach, Florida to 7 figures a year. And not only did I build the company to 7 figures, but I built it for freedom. See, what happens in this industry far too often is people, they take control of everything and then they become self-employed. They don't have a company, they're just self-employed and they can never get off the clock. It's a random Thursday. I've always wanted to go to the Tetons. I've been to many of the national parks and I'm here today. Why am I here? Well, because I built a company. I have a team, I have systems, I have processes. I will teach it to you guys in this video. Let's roll. So you're probably wondering, where do I start? Like, how do I get started? And here's how you start. You got to remember where you're at right now. Right now, you're a small fish in a big pond. You get it? In the beginning, nobody knows you, but here's what you can do. You can do free shoots to get your name out there. Free shoots to get clients. I get it. It's not very sexy, but it's what I did. People always like, Claudio, how do you afford it? How do you afford to do free shoots? I would do free shoots during the day, and at nighttime, I did DoorDash. I'm not kidding. I did DoorDash. I didn't even have a car. I used to use an electric skateboard. Hey, a few years later, we're doing 7 figures. Could you imagine what would happen if you went all in your business? Building a business is a lot like climbing a mountain. It's not easy. You're going to have to keep on going, keep on going. There's rocks, there's tumbles, there's water. Like, you're gonna run into everything. But here's what happens, is if you build your business, now imagine this, you're building your business, you've committed, you're going to do it. Guess what happens? When you get to the top, the views are incredible. And really, when you get to the top of your business, for example, I work out of Palm Beach County, and that's the best market really in the United States. We've gotten to the top of that, and it's incredible. The opportunities are amazing. So let's talk about how you can get to the top, because it's gonna be a long road there. You're gonna do free shoots, you're gonna get rejected, you're gonna have all sorts of things go wrong, but when you get to the top, it's worth it. But how do you get there? Let's talk about how. So everybody wants to win at entrepreneurship, but most people don't. And the reason that majority of people never win in entrepreneurship is they never cross that bridge. If you're employed still by an employer and you don't quit your job, you're never going to be an entrepreneur because you always have safety. You got to cross the bridge of entrepreneurship. And now we're talking. So you're ready to bet on yourself and cross the bridge of entrepreneurship. Congratulations. Here's the thing. There's no looking back. Anyone who looks back is not worthy of entrepreneurship. You know what you can do? You can do Uber. You can do Uber Eats. You can do something, but just don't go back to your old job. I see so many entrepreneurs, they get into this, creative entrepreneurs. They want to shoot real estate. They want to be a videographer, but then they go back to their old job. They go back to their old life. That has nothing for you anymore. If you want to be successful, you have to give it everything you've got. And here's the thing, this is the best time to be alive as a brand new videographer, as a new entrepreneur, because your first wins, nothing will compare to those. Your first $10,000, your $100,000 month does not compare to your first $10,000 month. It just doesn't. That is the biggest sense of freedom. And it's a very hard time. You will, honestly, you'll lack sleep. You won't see the mountains. You won't do anything. You're just gonna work. You're gonna work day and night and night and day and day and night. And guess what? You have no help. No one's there to help you. No one's here to save you. Nobody. It's just you and the grind. It's just you and the grind. And you have to be able to tolerate risk. Here's the thing. This is your time where you're doing free shoots. You're giving it everything you've got. You have to be able to say, hey, am I a risk taker? Because if you're not a risk taker, this won't work for you. Honestly, I think the reason that I was able to do this was because my dad is a betting man. I mean, I'm serious. My dad likes to bet. I mean, I do too.
I don't wanna bet, but my father wrote a check that I'm betting his axe could never cash. He's betting on the 8-ball landing in the sidewall, cold-blooded killer if you ask.
And don't be surprised when you take that bet on yourself, you're going to trade working 9 to 5 for 24/7. You're going to have sunrises many times where you just didn't go to sleep. Here's the truth. I remember all the mornings where I would be editing till like 4 o'clock in the morning because I had no editor. I was just doing everything by myself. Boom, boom, boom. Then I got busier. Then I have all these systems. I never slept. I used to say, you got to sleep faster. And so when I was solo, I did everything by myself and I never slept. It was worth it. You can't pass that. You can't bypass that purity of your life. You need that. It builds hustle, it builds grit, it builds character. It really does. However, wouldn't you like to trade the sunrise at the desk for a sunrise anywhere you want in the world? If you want that, then you need to build a team. Let's talk about how to do that.
Have no fear for when I'm alone. I'll be better off than I was before. I've got this life. I'll be around to grow who I was before. I cannot recall long nights allow me to feel I'm falling. I am falling.
Okay, so you're serious about building a team, but right now you're all alone and it's just you. How do you build a team? That's a great question. Now, there's one way to do it, and here is the secret. You don't go on Indeed, you don't hire a recruiting firm. You do one thing that will separate you from the rest, and that's you attract one. That's you attract your team, right? You attract your first team member, your second team member, your third team member. You have to attract your team. And here's how you do it. Look at this geyser. You see all those people? Now look at this geyser. It's the same thing, but which one are people taking photos for? The big one, the bigger brand. Do you get it? But now we must talk about some things that you don't want to fall for when building a team. So one of the biggest falls that I see creatives have as they build their team is they let people become entitled on their team. You cannot have that. If you have that, you're out. If you have to walk on eggshells because your creatives got good and now they have big egos, then you're not going to make it in this industry. You have to make sure that you have leadership within your company, and anyone who has an ego has to go. So if you want to run the big play, you have to attract great people, but then you also have to remember that you can never let people become entitled. Now let's talk about the roadmap. Let me give you the actual steps. Once you have great people, no ego, how they can help bring your company to the next level so it's not all on you. You know how to attract a team, what to look out for, but now you need the roadmap. Let's get going.
Screen door cracked, ball game on.
Now I have a 5-hour drive. I want to catch the sunrise, and I'm gonna go for it. And here's the thing, in order to go where you want to go, you need a map. So here's the roadmap to building a team so that you can have random, Friday nights in Bozeman. So here's the roadmap. You need systems, you also need software, and you need standards. Those are the three things. Systems, you need to put things into a system. The way that you shoot is a system. The way that you upload is a system. There's a system for everything, so that way it can be a repeatable process and people aren't guessing. So that's the first thing. Second thing you need is software. You need to learn how to utilize software so that way you can get your freedom back. If you have software, you're able to keep things organized. The systems go into the software, it changes everything. And the last thing that you need is you need standards. You need standards for everything, shooting, for your team, for your culture. Your standards mean everything. If you have that, if you use that roadmap, I can guarantee you it will work. You can bring people onto your team, you can avoid entitlement, and you can absolutely change your life. Let's do it.
Okay. Did you want any flavoring in it, like a little bit of vanilla or anything?
No, just give it to me like as real as you can get it.
Okay. It'll be $4.50 for you.
Man, it's like cheap out here. And the last thing is, if you wanted to add one more thing, Put sales. Sales cures all. If you're missing anything in life, just make some sales. Make some sales, change your life. Don't be afraid to ask for money. If you're giving crazy value, it's gonna change your life. So I'm gonna add the fourth one, which is sales. No, I'm doing something crazy. I wanna see the sunrise, and it's a long drive. It's a 5-hour drive, and pretty much by the time I get there, it's gonna be getting close to sunrise. I'm gonna show you guys this town really quick. Take a look. This place is amazing, but now it's time to hit the road. Appreciate it. Hit the road.
I'm in Bozeman, Montana. I just saw 910 Academy walking down the street. He's pulling an all-nighter. Go like and subscribe.
It is currently midnight and I'm driving in the middle of nowhere. Like, this is where you would see something crazy. This is where you see, I don't know, the things you see on the internet. Like, oh, there's story time. Like, I'm in the middle of that right now. It's cattle. Where am I? 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be there soon. 4 o'clock. That coffee did not disappoint. It was my first coffee ever. Drove through the night. I was locked in, but we haven't finished. So hey, we still have ways to go, but we made it to where we wanted to go. All right, we'll see you at the top. So you really want to get to the top of your game. You want to be at the top of your industry. Here's how you do it. You have to give up control. I look at business like I look at the weather. You see this weather? Is it perfect? No. A little rainy? Yeah. And that's like business. Is you're going to bring a team on. Will they be perfect? No. Will they do everything how you expect or you would do it yourself? No. But here's what happens is if you let your team be themselves, if you let your team play full out, if you let your team give it everything they got, guess what happens? One day you look up and they edit better than you. One day you look up and they shoot better than you. One day you look up and you have your time back. And now this is where life starts to get good.
Yeah.
Made it back to the hotel just in time for sunset. It was incredible. I just want to take a moment to consider one thing. Is true business, true freedom, is freedom. It's not being the most in demand. Great, you're in demand. So are we. But I have a team. See, if you're the last line of defense, if you're the only shooter, editor, admin, everything, you'll never see a sunset. You'll never experience life. You should grow a business to get time, location, and financial freedom. So just think on that. Think on it for the night. I'm gonna let the sun go down and I'll see you in the morning. Last morning here in the mountains, it's been such an amazing time. I enjoyed teaching you guys. The video came by inspiration. I wasn't even planning on filming a video. I was in Arizona, I was on a business trip, and then I was like, you know what? I have extra time. Let me go out west. And I didn't even have a camera. I went to the camera store, bought a ZV-E1 and one lens and recorded this entire video just like that. And I want to encourage you guys, hey, the whole point of this video was to teach you guys that you don't just have to be an artist. You can be a creative entrepreneur. You can build a business. You can live out your biggest dream. I am not the anomaly. I was a waiter. I dropped out of college after 1 week. Gosh, can you imagine at 18 years old how scary that was? 26 years later, right? Well, 26 years later after my birth, hey, I'm living a life that I wasn't supposed to live. I'm living a life that my family didn't believe was possible. I'm living a life that my friends didn't believe was possible. I'm living a life that, you know, nobody in my high school lives. Hey, it pays to be the weird videographer that loves your camera. Because when you do that, and come on, you already know it wasn't the coolest thing, you know, being a camera guy in high school or even younger. And then, you know, you fast forward a few years later, you've built a 7-figure business, and it's possible, but you can't just be an artist. You have to be a creative entrepreneur. You have to build a team, you have to build a culture, you have to build a standard, you have to do all the things that I taught you guys in this video. It's not meant to be overcomplicated. Literally, the video is your roadmap. If you have any questions, you can text me. My phone number is right here. We also have an American tour coming this summer. We've already sold out most of the cities in 6 days, but we have a few cities left. That's available in the description. I hope to see you guys down the road. And hey, make sure you hit subscribe. We're still early. This page it doesn't even have 12,000 subscribers. Just imagine when the world figures out, man, I can build a business. I don't just have to charge $100 for a video. Of course you can. Live out your biggest dream, live with passion. I can't wait to see you guys down the road.
Take me down a road that's a little bit windy, to a place they still put sugar in their iced tea.